On October 10, 2025, World Mental Health Day arrives under the theme, Access to Services, Mental Health in Catastrophes and Emergencies. As the world grapples with escalating crises from climate-driven disasters to conflict displacing millions, the toll on mental well-being has never been clearer. Yet, access to care remains a distant hope for too many. This day demands more than awareness. It calls for a global commitment to dismantle barriers and deliver equitable mental health support where it matters most. Over 1 billion people are affected globally with anxiety and depression. The World Health Organization reports 727,000 suicides in 2021 alone, while the global economy loses $1 trillion annually to untreated mental illness. This crisis is amplified by different catastrophes. For example, in 2024, 123 million people were forcibly displaced, each facing trauma and uncertainty. Yet, mental health receives just 2% of global health budget. Hey, insult. Unchanged since 2017. Infrastructure suffer today due to emergencies like floods and wildfires. Conflicts don't just destroy homes, they shatter resilience. Today's youth are particularly vulnerable. Suicide remains a leading cause of death globally for those aged 15 to 39. The Who's Doing What Matters in Times of Stress guide offers practical tools for coping in crisis, but it's not enough. So, government must prioritize mental health in disaster response, embedding psychological support into humanitarian aid and activities. Community-led initiatives like peer networks and telehealth can bridge gaps where specialists are scarce. Workplaces, too, must step up, offering stress management programs to support employees. Policymakers must allocate resources to match the scale of need. Let 2025 be the year we turn commitment into action. Mental health is not a luxury. It's a quiet foundation that holds everything else together. Your dreams, your energy, your relationships, your laughter, your finance, everything together. Some days, strength looks like bold steps and brave smiles. Other days, it looks like choosing rest, asking for help, or just making it through. Wherever you are today, in stillness or emotion, you matter. Your feelings are valid. Your journey is real. Let's keep building a world where well-being is a priority and not an option.
How did I know you were going to come to me first?
No, it's the spirit that leads you.
What's not to like about your advocacy, Gbenga? Check in many ways. I like that you gave us global statistics. I was quickly checking what Africa's statistics would be. And I find that we have higher suicide rates in Southern Africa. By that, I mean Lesotho is the highest in Africa. We have also in South Africa and the rest of them. So, and then I wanted to see the ratio of man to woman in terms of suicide. I remember Bright saying more men die from suicides, you know, in one of the outings we have than women. But having said that, I like that you said wherever you are today, in stillness or emotion, you matter, your feelings are valid, your journey is real. Last week, a man went on social media and told of how he was part of caregiving for his wife, you know, after childbirth, and they dragged him mercilessly. Yeah. And he put a question mark on this idea of, oh, men should speak up. Zuma, you've always been, you know, advocating for men to speak up, and then men speak up, and then we begin to attack them. I think that man's feeling is valid. I think that we tend to like to erase men's efforts in families, and it's not fair. We know that we have many men who are just irresponsible, but there are also men who are responsible, who are caregivers for their wives when they have children, when they birth new babies, and we should recognize that it could affect their mental health, and when they speak up, we shouldn't shut them up.
We have 2% of global health budget going to mental health. In Nigeria, we have 4% of the total health budget, not even the global budget, going to mental health. We treat mental health like a luxury, not even a luxury, like an insignificant in this part of the world. we are very lackadaisical. We are very unempathetic, to the plight of others or people who are struggling with mental health issues. I love the advocacy. I don't have anything to add to it beyond the fact that the government definitely will need to do more in ensuring that we put more funding into mental health. One, acknowledge it, because you don't even get to have access to CBT. You have so many health insurance, very few of them actually offer mental health services as part of their product.
Part of their scheme.
Yeah, and then an average Nigerian, when you engage an average Nigerian, you can see that there are so many mental health gaps. People are dealing with things, but there is no safe space for no safe space, no qualified people, no access to qualified people to provide adequate support.
When a common man in society hear mental health, what do you think? Is that guy on the street that is half naked and is going around as a crazy person?
Yeah.
And that's where the stigma begins.
Yeah.
So when you come out and you say, I have anxiety, I have depression, people are like, oh my, you don't crazy. So who do you? Right? So we need
but sorry, Bright. What is the difference between now and when we were growing up that our parents would shout at us? And I remember I corrected a teacher in class in Form 2. We're talking about the Constitution of Great Britain and America and Nigeria. And she made a mistake. My literature and English teacher made a mistake, and I corrected her. And my cousin...
You corrected your teacher, your English teacher?
Yes. so about the Constitution, not about English language.
Okay.
So my cousin was a copper then. Got home and told my mom, Gbenga insulted teacher today. And my mom my father will use koboko, my mom use omorogun, what, turning stick, that's my mom, So, and then I don't say anything, I'm being corrected. Yeah. But today, when you shout at a teenager, you're shouting at me, you don't consider my mental health. So what is mental health exactly?
I feel like times have changed, but also you don't really understand. I mean, I don't want to generalize this. I want to personalize it.
Okay.
I feel like for me, I didn't really understand what mental health really was and the effect of it until I got to like 27, 28, 30, and I'm like, wait, I'm now responsible for what's going on in my head.
Thank you.
Right? Like, I want people to understand that when somebody says they have mental health issues, don't think of a crazy person. Think of me. Look at me. I've had this thing before. Look at me and think of me. Just the way I am. I look nice, I have my shades on, I look clean, but I can have mental health issues.
Yeah.
Understand that.
And it doesn't mean that you're crazy.
It doesn't mean that I'm crazy.
It doesn't make that
doesn't mean I'm crazy. It's just the fact that your mind travels.
There's a particular state of mind
that is exactly. And then when you look at society itself is the
breeding ground,
is the factory that builds the component that makes up the mental health issues. And so if mental health issues were like, let's say 5% before, with social media, it's now like 1,000%. Because we live in a society where, first of all, I'm going to focus on men because I'm a man and I live in the man's world.
Do it.
We live in a society where men are required to show up complete and finished. Like, do you have a good job? Where do you live? It's like, you have to be complete. And somebody that is broke is telling you that I don't want a broken person. But you broke, bro. You broke though. Like, you have, like you want me to come into your life complete, but you want me to take you in process. Men literally are required to come finished. And it's not possible. And so there's that pressure on every man to say, you know what, how do I show up complete? Right? So I don't want to go deep into this, but
showing up complete. No,
like I say when you think of mental health, don't think of a crazy person. Think of me.
I will think of you, Bright. A number of years ago, I read a publication, and it said that mothers that have 3 children under the age of 5 or 6, that about 80% of them have mental health issues because of the pressure that they go through. So when Mr. Bright is talking about the men, I'm talking about the women.
Okay.
That a lot of them have mental health issues, and people don't understand what it is. So when you mentioned your teacher and the children now, it's mental resilience, that capacity is not there anymore. And then the wokeness as well. A lot of people don't even understand what mental health issues mean. They just assume that it's anything. Yeah. So if anything happens, oh, you're affecting my mental health. But there are people that are actually struggling truly with mental health challenges.
Can we say there is abuse in that?
There's an abuse. That's what I said, this woke generation. Yeah, there's an abuse. I don't know what it is. They just want to escape maybe a consequence.
Accountability.
Accountability, responsibility, whatever it is, they want to escape it, and they will say mental health issues. So, but we must note that there are genuine mental, undiagnosed, especially mothers. Mothers that have a number of children in their care. Check-in.
Mothers who have
all right, thank you very much.
Children with disabilities.
Yes.
True reform starts with understanding that mental health is not a luxury, but a foundation that holds it all together. Let's not wait for an earthquake to remind us of how important it is.